Hi everyone, hope your day is going well for you. Around here I guess we're expecting some rain. They say 30% chance, and it's been cloudy, kind of dark over to the northeast. Was it earlier? I don't know, I haven't looked out lately, but I've been debating of what to do today. I mean, as always, I'm catching up, emails, vlogs, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So I try to catch up with that, and plan something out afterwards. Uploaded today's vlog, the failure in the grow box. If you don't try something, you don't know if it's gonna work or not. And hey, it didn't really work out for that tobacco flat, but that's how it goes. You got nothing to lose if you try something. What, you fail, you learn from that, and you start over, or learn from next year. I don't know, next year, maybe not doing these flats, maybe just doing one flat, and I'm going to try to find some either peanut jars that the other tobacco plants are growing in, or maybe try to clean out a peanut butter jar. That would be about the same capacity, the same size as that peanut jar, which is doing well. It's outdoing the other flat. But as I said, I think that has to do with the depth of the soil. It's using the same soil, and it has worms in it. So maybe the worms underneath it, living in the soil, are helping it out too. Well, I know it is, but so we'll check back a day or two or something for the grow box. Maybe today we'll do some feeding and show you what's been going on. I've had to take out most of the frozen banana peels rolled up in newspaper out of the freezer due to some circumstances that I needed space for food. Yeah, I know. The worms it was pretty packed, kind of packed in there with banana peels than, what I had to eat in there. So I needed to put stuff in there, and I'm going, oh, well, worst comes to worst, they get a little bit overfed in the flow-through, which those banana peels should be thawed out by now. I put them all frozen. I just was taking handfuls. 4 dozen, 5 dozen, I don't know how many I put in there. It's pretty well up to it's to the top. Not all the way to the top, but it's up pretty much. But it'll compress down because it's just, newspaper. So, but I've been throwing banana peels in there and other stuff in there just every now and then without freezing. So hopefully I don't have fruit flies. I got stupid little gnats in my house, but those have been around all winter, so they're not annoying. I mean, they fly past you, and once in a while they land on you, and not on my face, but on my arms and stuff, and swat to kill them. But so I'll show you that later on. Got a container of lettuce that I'll throw on the top of the worm in. I think the flow through in my room is fine for now. Maybe I'll take a look in there. I haven't, it's been maybe a week or more. I usually try to keep looking at different bins, seeing what they're doing, and see what they need. That's the only way to know. If you don't look at it, if you just leave it alone, you'll never know what your bins are doing, and what if they need food or bedding. Maybe we'll feed the phone book bin. I haven't done that yet, and I was supposed to do that last week, 2 weeks ago. Whenever I filmed that, things happen, and and you forget about it and go on. So trying to think what, yeah, we might feed the phone book bin. So maybe we'll do feeding of the bins throughout the night. It's 5:35 right now. I've been up for a while, but I haven't, grabbed the camera. So maybe that's what I'll do. A little bit later on or something, is to go around, show you, and feed. So what I think I'm going to do first is show you the flow through in my room. It just from a peek in, I just uncovered it, didn't really look in, but there's lots of castings on top. So let's have a look. Well, as you can see, there is a pile still of lettuce, celery, onion. There's some avocado peel. I think those will take a lot longer to break down, but you can see all the castings. And if you look around this area here, that's all cardboard that has been eaten away. This is a big depression compared to everything else. As I'm looking here, there's some worms right there. Lots of mites, which is a good thing. There's mites on the avocado there. Those help break down also. That thing's just covered with mites. If I light it up slightly. So yeah, I don't think that needs food, doesn't need water. Let them keep working. Probably another couple weeks or something. We'll look at it again and assess it. I put all that cardboard in a few months ago, so it has plenty of cardboard, and that's all compressed down, so they've got lots of bedding. It's just the food. I want them to eat up that first, which they seem to be eating up everything else around it. But that's mostly water in the, like celery and lettuce, so it'll break down. So yeah, nothing really to do in here. I just wanted to show you and look at myself. We'll have to see how long those avocado peels take to break down. They'll probably take a while. I've never put them in here, but before, so that's something new to watch for, to see what happens with those. And the next is the worm in. It already has a whole celery stalk in it, which hasn't done anything, but I've got a whole, probably half a container of trimmings that my brother has left. They've been sitting out for a few days. There's some mold in it, which is good. It helps break down the material. So mold isn't a problem in any of your bins. So I'll dump that up on the top of the worm in. So as you can see, I dumped all of that on top. It smells lovely right now. But once I put the newspaper over it, I won't even smell it in here anymore. Newspaper acts as bedding plus a barrier for smells. So once that breaks down, the worms will eat all that. It's mostly water, even if it's in a solid form right now. There's lots of water content in that, so I don't need really to add any water right now, but I do need to harvest it. That might be coming up soon. I'll have to see when that happens. And that's how it is. It's just cover of newspaper over it. And as I feed it, I just, take the newspaper off, feed it, and then put the newspaper back on. So if there's enough moisture on the bottom of the newspaper, the microbes will start feeding off of that, and then the worms will feed off the microbes. So this is what I call the purple bin. That sits at the foot of my bed. And there's some worms up on top, which is, I've said before, probably due to moisture, if anything. They don't know any better, but there's quite a few worms up here. And if you look below, nice castings, but there's lots of bedding and banana peels in here. So I don't really need to add anything. And it's heavy too. You would be surprised how heavy this thing weighs. Probably, it's only 5 or 6 inches deep of castings, of that. And it probably weighs 40, 50 pounds already. So, nice castings. And as I'm looking here, I can see lots of worms, lots of eggs. I know it's not picking it up on the camera, but as I'm shining my light, I can see the cocoons glisten like little drops in here. And right now I'm seeing probably a dozen, maybe, right off the bat, right on top. Well, some of these are worms too that are glistening. But yeah, this is looking good. Don't really need to do anything with this. Almost really want another container to split half of this and get the worms making another container. So that might be another day. I have one container left right now. So let's have a look at the flow through in the living room. As you can see, there's junk mail right there. I don't usually shred it. Sometimes I do. I'll rip it up in a few pieces. But once it gets wet, it'll become bedding, and then it'll become food afterwards. There's a banana peel over here, and there's a banana peel somewhere right there that I've thrown in. And all these newspapers rolled up have banana peels from the freezer, as I said. So this does need coffee grounds to wet this down, to entice the worms up, and seeing that there's more food that I'm going to give them in coffee grounds, it shouldn't matter that much. It'll take a while for them to break down the banana peels, but they'll have a ball in the coffee grounds while they're waiting for that. So let me go make up a batch of coffee grounds, mix it up with water, and we'll spread it around on top here. So I gave a good amount of coffee grounds on top of this, and we'll see. Well, I'll give it a week. I'll bring you guys back, and we'll have another look and see what it does. So today's Friday? Yeah, maybe next Friday. So I'll just have to remind myself to look back here next Friday. Banana peel didn't get much coffee grounds on it, but Yeah, that absorbed all the water. All the newspaper that was underneath there absorbed all the water, so I'm not worrying about too much water in this. So we'll check back next week. I'll give it a week, see what it looks like, and maybe we'll give it more coffee grounds, because they got enough banana peels, that's for sure, and plenty of bedding. And while I'm at it, I'll show you the bottom. Seeing I haven't showed you the other one lately, but it, you know, the other one's already dropping. This is what it looks like when you first set it up. I'd have to get the date exactly when I made this. This was spring to summer last year, so it's almost been a year. It took the other one 8 months to start dropping, and I'm thinking this one will take a little bit longer because all this newspaper down below here is a very thick layer I put, because I saw with the other one I had a hole like right in this area. It started dropping, and then it was empty. So I wanted to get as much castings and built up above the bars here. So the layer here is probably, I don't know, 12, 14 layers of newspaper. Could be more, I don't know. I wanted a good thick layer. And as you can see, I'm looking through the screen as you're looking at it, seeing what's happening. You're going to get occasionally some drips. If it gets too wet, it'll drip down through, which is fine. Because as you can see, there's already been lots of moisture. And as you can see, there's some worms there. Somehow they got out. But you're going to have casualties anyway. I mean, when I first started out, there were casualties. I probably had a few dozen or more drop out of mine, but they'll repopulate. I was all worried when I first started, trying to save everything in sight, and that's just part of nature, I found out. See, that's hanging. So yeah, that's the bottom. This is half-inch PVC pipe. I used half-inch pipe because the diameter of the walls of the pipe looked thicker than the 3/4 inch pipe. They usually recommend 3/4 inch PVC pipe, but I used half-inch, and so far it's supported the weight of the other one. And the other one is probably 150 pounds to 200 pounds. I was talking with my brother the other day, and I was thinking about moving it out to the living room so I can maintain it easier, you know, to clean it out. Feeding isn't really a problem. I've got it, I can get back there and feed it, but getting down to the bottom to clean it isn't going to be fun, because I'll have to move the computer out of the way. But yeah, that's what it looks like. I don't see any spiders offhand. If you see a spider while I'm panning around, tell me in the comments, because through the viewfinder screen I can't see any. But you know, it's Arizona, so we have lots of spiders, and there's lots of spiders out here in the living room. So that's a look at the flow through in the living room. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Got to see a few things. I think with the phone book bin, that'll be a vlog itself. I don't think because that's unusual. Using phone books as bedding, just like pants. Pants would be its own video too, because you wouldn't think pants would live, or yeah, worms would live in pants. I'd like to see a pant live in a worm. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But yeah, those are two unique types of bedding. What I'd really like to try is some cotton from the fields. And I was talking with CJ last fall about the fields by his house, but they harvested them too early. And if I would have known, I don't know if I would have went all the way down there for just a bag of you know, cotton, but just to see what the worms would do in it. I don't think cotton balls would be the same, because those would have been processed somewhat. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for watching, and not sure what's happening tomorrow. We'll see.